Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Now remember, last Friday I told you that Jesus was like a teacher, like me or any of the other teachers at Sunnybank. And we started reading about all the stories he told people to teach them about God. Now let's see what story we're going to read today. And this story is called The Weeds. Jesus told another story. Once a farmer planted good seeds in his field. But that night, an enemy farmer, a bad farmer, planted weeds among the wheat. When the wheat began to grow, the weeds grew too. The people that worked in the farm asked if they should pull out the weeds. But the farmer said, if you pull the weeds up, you might pull some of the wheat up too. We must let them both grow until we harvest it all. Then we can burn the weeds and gather the wheat. Jesus was talking about the end of time, when everything that causes sin and all those people who do bad things will be weeded out, taken out of God's kingdom. But the good people will be saved and will enter the kingdom of God. So the kingdom of heaven. So Jesus was saying, when we come to the end of everything, we will be sorted out between the good people that can go into heaven and the bad people that are like the weeds and they won't be allowed into heaven. So let's put our hands together and close our eyes. Dear Lord Jesus, thank you for the beautiful day. Thank you for my friends and my teachers and my family. Please help me to be kind and to be a good friend. Thank you for keeping me safe over the weekend. We love you, Lord Jesus. Amen. This is our weather chart from yesterday. Let's see what our weather was like yesterday on Sunday. Yesterday our weather was windy. Sure, but the wind was blowing lots this weekend, hey? Yesterday was Sunday, the 28th of June. The season is winter. So let's see what today's weather is. Now it's not windy anymore, but there are a few clouds in the sky. Hopefully they'll go away. So today our weather is partly cloudy. I hope that the clouds will go away and the sun can come out. If yesterday was Sunday, today is Monday. Good job. Today is Monday. If yesterday was 28, today is 29. Well done. So we take the 8 away and put a number 9. It's still June and it's still winter. Let's read it together. Our weather for today is partly cloudy. Today is Monday, the 29th of June. The season is winter. Monday. The days of the week. The days of the week. Start each day with a smile. Make each day full of fun. So let's make each and every day a very, very special one. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. The days of the week. The days of the week. The days of the week. If you look on the board behind me, you will see our winter picture is gone. So if this picture is gone, what does it mean? We get to learn about something new this week. Last week we learned all about winter and what's it like when everything changes. And I hope you enjoyed walking in the garden with me to see how everything has changed now that we are in winter. Now today we're going to learn about something new. So we get a new picture on our wall. And our theme for this week is transport. Ooh, this looks like fun. But what is transport? Well, that is what we're going to find out. So this picture needs to go up on our wall because what are we learning about this week? We're learning about transport. Can you say that? Transport. Well done. Now, you want to know, what is transport, teacher? Well, I'm going to tell you. Transport is something that can get us from one place and we can go to somewhere else. Like if you want to come to school, is it just going to be magic? You can go and we're at school. No, it's not magic. We need a way for us to get from our home to school. So that's why we need transport. So if you want to go from home to your school or to the shops, what are you going to use? You can use your car, you can use a taxi, you can use a bicycle, or you can use your feet and you can walk. So there's lots of different ways you can get to school or go to the shop. And that is what transport is. It's something that can take you from one place and we can move to somewhere else. So that's transport. Now we get 3 different kinds of transport. Okay? We get land transport. Can you say that? Land transport. Water transport. Say that for me. Water transport. Well done. And air transport. But now air transport's got a friend. And it's called space transport. So we're going to learn about 4 different kinds of transport. Okay. But remember, the space transport is an air transport's friend. So let's remember, what are they? We're going to learn about land transport, water transport, air transport, and space transport. But now, what's all of this supposed to be? Now, that's what we're going to learn about. So we're first going to learn about land transport. And that is how we move when we're here on Earth and there's no water around us. Okay? So it's something that goes on a road or on the ground that can help us move. So can you quickly think, what do you think can move us on the land, on the ground? We can have a car or a train or a bicycle or a taxi or a bus. Sure, there's so many different ways we can move on land. So remember, land transport is something that can move on the ground. Then number 2, we're going to learn about water transport. So if land transport moves on land, where do you think water transport goes? On the water, hey! So that can be a boat or a ship or a jet ski or a submarine that goes under the water. So we will learn all about water and the transport on water. Then we're going to learn, let's see, we've talked land and water. Now, air. So air transport is something that can move us high in the sky. What do you think is that? What can we use then? We can use an aeroplane. So if we want to go from here in South Africa and go all the way to America, we're going to have to get on an aeroplane that can fly high in the sky, and it can take us to far away places. Okay, so it's an aeroplane or a hot air balloon or a jet. That's what we're going to talk about for air transport. Then the last thing we're going to talk about, which is, remember, it's a friend of air transport. We're going to talk about space transport. How are we going to send the astronauts out into space to go and look at the moon and all the stars? We need a rocket. That's right. And that's going to be the last thing we'll talk about. We'll talk about the rocket. Now I quickly want to have a look at our pictures. Now look here. We start on this side. It's got a train. Do you think a train goes on the land, on the ground, in the water, or in the sky? It's land. It's on the ground. Then this is a submarine. One of those boats that go under the water. So that's when we talk about water transport. Then this is a aeroplane. And where does that go? In the sky. That's right. The aeroplane goes in the sky. Then we're going to talk about space. We're going to go into outer space and talk about how we're going to get there. Okay, does that sound fun? I'm looking forward to learning all about, what's our theme this week? Transport. Well done. But the important thing to remember when we talk about transport, it's something that can take us, we can get into it or get on it, and it will take us from one place and we can go somewhere else. And it might be on a trip, it might be for a long time, like if we're driving in the car to Joburg or Durban to the beach. Then we get in our car and that can take us far away. Do you want to walk to Joburg or Durban? I don't want to walk to Joburg or Durban. That's very far. So we can get into something that will take us far away if it's too far to walk. Hey? So that is our theme this week. We're going to learn all about transport. Our story today is called Rescue on the Bridge. Now, a rescue means that someone is in trouble. So let's see who's in trouble today. It seemed a very long week for the yellow rescue helicopter. He had made no rescues at all. Not one single person had floated out at sea on an airbed. No one had been stuck on the rocks as the tide came in, and nobody had fallen down the cliffs and needed help. The little yellow rescue helicopter was bored. I have not moved all week, he moaned. I will soon forget how to fly, and my helicopter blades might get rusty. Then all of a sudden, the emergency bell rang and the sirens howled, and the rescue pilot came running across the airfield. He started the blades up at once and shouted above the noise, "We're needed urgently. Fly as fast as you can to the bridge over the bay." The yellow rescue helicopter took off at once and was soon swooping low over the water. The pilot guided him under the bridge, then swept up over the top. As he looked below, the yellow rescue helicopter could see no one in the water and no boats that were in trouble. "Look down there," shouted the pilot. "The bridge is blocked." Two gigantic trucks crossing the bridge had broken down. No traffic could get across, and the trucks were far too big to be pulled away by a tow truck. "Can you fly close to the bridge, just above the trucks?" yelled the pilot. It was very difficult for the yellow rescue helicopter to stay in one spot over the trucks. The pilot threw out an anchor on a wire which caught onto the back of one of the trucks. Very carefully, the yellow rescue helicopter flew backwards and dragged the truck clear away from the bridge. The pilot cheered, "Well done! Now we must fly back and move the other one too." The second truck was even bigger. It took every bit of the yellow rescue helicopter's power to pull the truck across the bridge. But at last, they finally reached the end of the bridge. Very soon the traffic was speeding across the bridge once again. All the drivers honked their horns to say thank you to the yellow rescue helicopter and the pilot as they drove past. "Well done," said the pilot as they flew back to base. "I think that's enough excitement for today." And the yellow rescue helicopter agreed. So if you look in this picture, you can see all different types of transport. We've got land transport. They're going over the bridge, the trucks. Then we've got water transport in the boats and air transport in the helicopter. Wow, so many different transports in one picture. What a lovely story. Hope you enjoyed our story all about the helicopter which flies in the sky and the trucks that drive on the land. So this week we're going to learn all about transport. I can't wait to see what we learn about. But that's all for me today. You guys must stay safe. I love you lots. I miss you. Bye.